While attending a leadership summit years ago, there was one particular principle that was just fascinating to me. I'll share that with you today. The group that was teaching this course were known for, and it was in the real estate industry, but their sales agents were known for having the highest income per hour of producing agents across the country. And they'd received this professional designation for over 25 years. This really intrigued me because with that, as they focused on their income per hour, they were able to have more balance and harmony in their lives, of lots of things that were important to them. So went out to dinner with them, and as I was talking to them, I said, "Hey, as you have you done any studies or surveyed this sales force over 25 years to see, for those that are recruiting people into the organization, is there a common denominator or principles that has statistically stood out in recruiting process that's led to these results?" They said, "Yes, we have studied. We've actually surveyed over 250 data points over time. And we've only had one principle stand out statistically that made a big difference as an indicator to this success and what was being achieved." The answer was, did they have a job when they were 16? Fascinating to me. That doesn't discredit the importance of education. That doesn't discredit sports, all those types of things. But I've reflected on that and worked with youth for so long now. I believe it helps take them from what I call the consumption phase of life, where everybody's just pouring everything into them, pouring it into sports and pouring it into their academics and just pouring into their experience to make sure they're liked and all these types of things that seem so important. Those that are able to move and put a part of their life into the contributing mode of life, that helps them adapt to adulthood, where they're looking at saying, "Hey, I can contribute, I can make a difference to society, and the value that I bring, I will be paid an equal compensation for that." Just a simple principle, but it had an impact on me, and I've watched and observed that. I thought about that in my own life. One of the limiting beliefs that I had, I remember as a young father, I grew up on a big ranch in southeast Idaho. My parents were phenomenal. They taught me how to work very, very hard. And I remember wrestling with that idea, thinking, man, do I need to move back and live on a farm so that my kids will learn how to work and contribute? And that was hard because in the way I'd grown up, the limiting belief was that was really the only way to do it, was to be on a farm and to live in a small community where those work opportunities presented themselves so often. Well, life goes on. Strive very hard to find other ways to find ways for our children to work and to be able to be contributing. They can go get a regular job flipping burgers, or for us, we've used commercial real estate. That's kind of our farm, I guess you would say, where our children clean the properties, they maintain them, they handle and help maintain landscaping. They teach swimming lessons. They've tried to create several businesses, whether it's computer programming. And the idea is that they're just out finding ways to contribute, and that's been meaningful. So I just wanted to share that fascinating principle that struck me years ago. And if you have ideas on how to help our youth and in your youth, things that have worked for you, of ways for them to contribute into work, love to share those ideas, because it was a limiting belief for me for so long. So hopefully that tip is helpful to you today. Like I say, it's had a big impact in things that I look for in hiring people. In addition, it's been very insightful as we've tried to lead our family. So hope that tip helps.